Hi, this is Kalem, and in this marketing video I really hope I make my point, because I think this is one of the better lessons that I can share with small business owners, and it's the tyranny of the box. You see, I'm often accused of thinking outside of the box, and really I got to admit that I plead guilty. I happen to think that inside the box thinking might be overrated. My experience has been and continues to be that real life as we know it, takes place outside of the box. I recognize the need for standards and for common understanding, but sometimes common understandings get in our way. Sometimes some people hold on to convictions that they know beyond any doubt are true. They say things like, well, everybody knows that, or that's the way it is. It's always been that way. Or I'm an expert. I should know. That's a favorite of college graduates and academicians. Allow me to demonstrate by asking a question that I ask in my trainings and we go through on a longer period than be allowed in this video. But it demonstrates the limitations of box thinking and how it can permeate everybody's thinking. I want to ask a question that I ask in my trainings. Where does the sun rise? In the east or in the west? And I'm always intrigued with the answers that I get. Often people say it rises in the east. People within the same room say no, it rises in the west. Others who see themselves as creative say, well, it's both. And then my favorite, they say, well, it depends. I don't ask them what factors did it depend on, but they often say it depends. But listen, here's the answer. The sun doesn't rise. In fact, it hasn't moved in over 93 million years. The earth rotates. Now, you probably knew that intrinsically, but that was a standard box thought. The sun rises either in the east or the west, but it doesn't move. Now, there was a time in history when if you didn't accept the box's version of the truth that the earth was flat, you were accused of thinking outside the box, of being a heretic, and you were sent to prison if you didn't agree with the truth of the boxes of the day. Smart small business owners appreciate and practice out-of-the-box thinking. They also are willing to at least consider that there might be other versions of reality in existence. We can function well inside of the box as small business owners, but we also recognize that being able to look at our businesses and opportunities with an honest, sober, and clear view requires that we are aware of the limitations of box truths. If everything was as it seemed, there would be no need for research. Look, you know your business better than anybody. You were there from the beginning. It's your baby. You're closer than anyone is to your business. But there may be important aspects of your business that your closeness doesn't allow you to see and appreciate. That's why it's important to understand that there are other realities. Once you grasp that, then ask your staff and ask your customers how they perceive your business, and ask them how you can improve on what it is that you do. You're going to be surprised and pleased with their responses. Understand that there are other versions of reality besides yours, and you can't escape the limitations of boxes that define us and tell us what is true and what isn't. You are the business owner. Don't let the limitations of the box stunt the growth and health of your business. I hope you appreciate and understand the value in this lesson. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that information, let me send you 20 free videos on the top questions that people ask me about effective business growth strategies, how they can learn them and implement them in their own business. Visit the website address just below my face, enter your email address and your first name, and let me get those videos to you immediately. Thanks for watching.